everyone. Kelly here. We learn to master our mirror and create a beautiful life of love with a really grounded spiritual foundation. And building your foundation with God and with Source is completely different than, well, I shouldn't say different. It's just has contrast, right? So it's about really building a life with Source and with God, and allowing God to permeate your life and to lose the resistance to loving yourself and honoring and respecting yourself and committing to yourself. Like, what would really happen if you just completely committed to your ultimate success and being in full harmony and alignment with the divine? Like, what would really happen there if you went from like 98% committed or 95% committed to like not 99.9% committed, but like 100% committed on your journey? You just followed Source, whatever it told you to do, and really listen to that and create a strong, disciplined life with God. And when I say discipline, I don't necessarily mean like the harsh discipline. I mean following through on what you are designed to do, right? Like, if you're a Ferrari, you're not going to be, maybe you're going to be driving around in the mountains on the roads, but you're not going to be on the off terrain in a Ferrari, right? You might have a Jeep for that, or, some other, off-road vehicle to help you get through rough terrain. So it's really looking at what kind of person that you are, what you were designed for, and also what you really love. Because I think sometimes having blocks to committing to ourselves is about following what we desire and feeling like, at least I know for my journey, is I always felt like, oh, God wants me to do this, so I'll do that. But it's really about getting clear about what you desire and what you want for your life, because you are part of the divine within, and following that path. And so it's really getting clear on that, and releasing any guilt or any shame or anything around what you feel God is calling you to do. For instance, I've always known that I've been kind of chosen for to be like a speaker, almost like a minister of Source and of God. But, early on in my journey, I was like, oh, anything but that, like, don't, yeah. But here I am, 15, 20 years later on my twin flame journey, and I'm speaking about aligning with Source. And the healing work that I do is about, taking the upsets that we have in life and aligning our thoughts and our beliefs with the truth of Source. So I'm talking Source all day long. So it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. And once I finally decided to dive into this career, there was just a huge, huge sense of relief. I was in like the nutrition and fitness world, and and I felt this like calling to really help people find a way to really nurture themselves with food. But then when I got onto this journey, I realized, well, I don't want to help people love themselves enough to get on a diet or a lifestyle choice that's going to fuel them. I really want to help them remove all blocks to love, right? And it's not about the diet, but it is about learning to honor and respect ourselves and our bodies and our temples, right? That's part of this journey. And learning what makes us thrive. Okay, so today we're talking about the keys to harmonious union. And just a gentle reminder that you are one at the core with your divine counterpart. You are, there's part of you at your core that is already in harmonious union with your twin. And so if you're experiencing contrast in your union, remember that there is that part of you that is aligned with your twin at the core, but we're learning to have love and compassion and persistence in these places where there's contrast. So today we're talking about unconditional love, and this is a partner. This is the best friend to compassion. So I'm going to share what Jeff and Shalia talk about unconditional love. And so unconditional love is a lot like compassion as described earlier yesterday in our message. It means no matter what happens, you're going to love your twin flame without conditions. Your twin flame is saying nasty things to you, you love them anyway. Your twin flame is not committing to you and is in another relationship with someone else, you love them anyway. And so it's about fully, having compassion and loving your twin through all of the challenges. That doesn't necessarily mean that you put up with abuse or anything. You're totally safe to set boundaries if you're finding that your twin flame is showing you toxic behavior. That's a sign that you need to absolutely set a boundary, all right, to protect yourself, no matter, even using the law if you have to. And then, typically your twin flame is not going to be harassing you, is not going to be, showing you such contrast. However, if you feel this person is your twin, it's really safe to set strong boundaries and then go in and doing the healing work. Because if your twin is showing you some sort of abuse, then there's somewhere in your consciousness that you're abusing yourself. And so it's not to, and I say this not so you can ignore and accept their behavior. You can set a boundary, a very clear physical boundary with them, and love them where they're at and love them unconditionally, but then go in and do the healing work and heal from within so that you experience something else on the outside. And as you do your healing work, if you are continually healing and the other person is not, you may be experiencing a false twin experience because you make core choices with your twin at all times. And so even though there may be still layers of blocks to love that you're bringing awareness to, there's maybe some more work to do. It really is safe to do your healing work because God has your divine union. It's really safe to trust the divine, to honor your union, and honor your life. And so so totally safe to set physical boundaries so that you're safe, and then go in and do the inner work. We do the inner work through the mirror exercise. I absolutely encourage you to get support and get help on your journey. I'm a certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe. I'd be happy to help you. But there's a lot of people who can help you through this journey, and a lot of great coaches. And you don't have to go at this alone. And and sometimes getting help can be a block to loving yourself. Okay, so it's like I have a ballet school and a business. Well, after the pandemic, I realized I genuinely needed help marketing. I needed help learning Facebook ads. So did I stay in my upset that I didn't know how to do Facebook ads correctly? No, I hired someone to help me figure it out. And so I've been able to, build my business because, I have a marketing system that's working, right? And so, sometimes we have to ask help. We have to ask for help on our journey, and there's no shame or guilt about that. Just, we all have our expertise, right? And if you're new to this journey in particular, it can feel extremely painful because you're experiencing a lot of contrast. And the truth is that, whatever you're experiencing in your 3D world, those upsets with your union, those were already there. They were just suppressed. So it's like an iceberg, right? The majority of your consciousness is subconscious. And so a lot of times your twin flame will bring up all of these upsets to your conscious mind, for them to be healed and cleared. So you're meant to heal on this journey. The whole purpose, it just was like 10:10 when I said that, the whole purpose of this journey is so that you can heal your upsets. It's not just to go get your twin flame, because the truth is that the love that's inside of you is the love that's inside of you is the love that's inside of you. No one can take the love inside of you. But we have these experiences where we feel like people can take our love and our joy and our peace, and while that feels true, essentially we can't be harmed. It's essentially not true. And so it's really aligning that core belief, that core truth, with our feelings, right? Because my mom used to say, oh, well, you can't help how you feel. Well, actually, that's not true. Your feelings are aligned with your beliefs. And if you can heal the feelings, then you heal the thoughts, and then you heal the beliefs and align them with truth. And so, and you know, if you go to any professional development work, you know, scenario, like Tony Robbins and all the coaching world, this is what we're doing. Now we all have different modalities to get us there. Like I love the mirror exercise and how clear and concise and simple it is. It's not easy, but it's simple and clear. And the best tools, I believe, are clear and concise. It doesn't have to be complicated. All right. So Jeff and Shalia, getting back on track with unconditional love. So, you know, this particular twin flame couple were working through separation, and they were kind of in union, and she was working through upset of separation. They just weren't, you know, they were in a period of separation, and ultimately this person went back to their, like, you know, their fake wife or whatever, and this person immediately was super, super upset and disappointed. And you know, Jeff and Shalia reminded her about unconditional love and to remember to have compassion and unconditional love for this person. And ultimately, the person moved through whatever blocks they had and was able to come back with a more open heart and a more you know, healed version of themselves. And so, you know, sometimes people have to go through experiences to realize the truth of their heart. And it's important to really love these, you know, love your twin through these challenges. And also realize that, you know, as you do your healing work, this person, you know, I can't tell you, as I've learned to really honor and respect myself, the people who vibrate into my reality are people who honor and respect me. And the people who vibrate out are those who didn't fully see, respect, or honor who I was. And that's through no fault of their own. That's their own, they've got to heal their own blocks to love. And it's safe to allow them to do that. But that doesn't mean they have to do it in your reality, right? They can go heal over there, right? And that's what I was saying about setting boundaries with your twin flame. You're absolutely safe to do that. You can't mess it up by setting a clear boundary with them so that they can heal, so that you can heal. And ultimately, the way to decipher between a true twin flame and a false one is to do the inner work to get closer to source. And as you do the work to heal your union, that person is either going to vibrate into your life and move forward, or they're going to vibrate out and reveal themselves as a false twin, and allow the space for your true twin to come in. And so it's really safe to let them reveal it. So, all right. So yeah, it's about going back to trusting source. So I hope this was helpful for you. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. Reach out in the comments if you have questions. If anything seemed confusing or you're unclear, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to dive in and get a little more clear. So yeah, thank you all so much. If you'd like help on your journey, feel free to check the box below for links to free resources through Twin Flames Universe, for coaching, anything like that. Be happy to help. All right, guys, enjoy your day. Thank you so much.